In the previous video, we saw how we could apply conditional logic to our work using an if function. Because the if function does a logical test, it falls into the category of functions called logical functions. In this video, we're going to look at two other logical functions. They are called the AND function and the OR function. These two functions are basically little helper functions. Where the if function can only do a single logical test, the AND function and the OR function can do up to 255 logical tests each. The job of the AND function is to evaluate multiple logical tests. And if they all equate to true, it returns true. The OR function is similar, where it also equates multiple logical tests, but only one of them has to equate to true for the OR function to return true. Let's see how they work. So back in our example with the parent invoices, we have a situation where if parents are in arrears and they do not have a payment plan, they are going to have to pay an arrears penalty. This is to discourage the parents from paying late. We can't jump straight into our if function because we have two logical tests. We have to check that the previous balance is greater than 0 and that the payment plan is not equal to y for yes. So here we have two logical tests, and they both need to be true for the parent to have to pay an arrears penalty. So we're going to use our AND function. We start with our equals, type AN, and then just press tab. You'll see it offers you the option to enter multiple logic. We're going to check if the previous balance is greater than 0. Then type a comma and our second test. We're going to check if their payment plan is not equal to y. And don't forget your quotes because it's text. And there are our two logical tests. Now, this first parent, they are not in arrears. And so we're not expecting this to come back true. And sure enough, it returns false. When I double click to copy this down, you will see that the third parent is in arrears and they don't have a payment plan. And that is why it has returned true. Let's now have a look at the OR function. Here we have a slightly similar plan, and that is why it has returned true. Let's now have a look at the OR function.
In AND logical function, there are 255 logical points. So here we make two logical. So in AND you have to make sure you both logical to be right. So if you two logical is right, then it will be true, otherwise it will be false. So let's check it out. In our function, we see previous balance is greater than 0 and payment plan is not equal to y. So first parent যার প্রিভিয়াস ব্যালেন্স 0 থেকে বেশি এবং পেমেন্ট প্ল্যান y না, সুতরাং এটা ফলস হবে। পেমেন্ট প্ল্যান 0 থেকে 0 সমান যদি হইতো এবং y যেহেতু না তাহলে ট্রু হয়। এটাও 0 থেকে 0 না এবং y না, সো ফলস। 3 নম্বরটা হলো এটা 0 থেকে বেশি, এটা আমাদের ফাংশনের সাথে মিলে গেছে এবং এটা y এর সমান না। So that's why দুইটা ফর্মুলা দুইটাই কারেক্ট, that's why it's true। 4 নম্বরটা 0 থেকে বেশি কিন্তু y এর সমান না, y এর সমান হয়ে গেছে, that's why it false। ব্যাপারটা এরকম।
Now have a look at the OR function. Here we have a slightly similar example. We're also encouraging parents to help out in the school, and if they do, they clock up volunteer hours, and if they achieve 16 or more volunteer hours, they get a volunteer discount. Employees at the school also get this discount because, well, they're helping out as well. So if a parent either has 16 or more volunteer hours, or if they're an employee, they are eligible for the volunteer discount. So once again, we type out equals or open our brackets. For our first logical test, we are going to check if the volunteer hours is greater than or equal to 16 and then type a comma. We're then going to check if they are an employee. Now, at this point, we would be tempted to type equals true. Where we have the value true, we can simply ask the cell, are you true? We don't actually have to check equals true. And the same thing happens with false. You can simply say J4, and if it's false, it will return false.
ব্ল্যাঙ্ক
So we're
স্পেল
going
ও
to do the
ফলস হিসেবে
shortcut.
গণ্য হয়।
We're going to close the brackets. If you decide to type equals true, don't put the true in quotes. It's not text. It's actually a logical value. Now, this first parent, they have got 16 volunteer hours. So at least one of those conditions is true. So we're expecting to get back true, and sure enough we do. When I copy that down, you'll see where they're an employee, although they had not done any volunteer hours, they still get true. And when neither condition is met, we get false. So that is how you can use the AND function.
In OR function, we will see there are also two logical. In this function, only one logical should be right, then it will show true. Let's check this. First parent volunteer hours 16 ঘন্টা, সুতরাং একটা মিলে গেছে, সেটা ট্রু। সেকেন্ড প্যারেন্টের ভলান্টিয়ার আওয়ার্স 16 ঘন্টা থেকে বড় না, 16 ঘন্টাও না, কিন্তু সে এমপ্লয়ি, দ্যাটস ওয়াই এটা ট্রু। যে কোনো একটা হলে ট্রু হবে। যদি একটাও ট্রু না, রাইট না হয় লজিক্যালগুলো, তাহলে ট্রু হবে না। যেমন এখানে 16 ঘন্টাও না, সে এমপ্লয়িও না, দ্যাটস ওয়াই ইট ইজ ফলস। We'll see some example of AND and OR logical function. A formula that would give the answer true if the cells x1, y1, and z1 are in ascending order, times are allowed, and false if not perfect. অর্থাৎ এই তিনটা সেলে ascending order ছোট থেকে বড় অবস্থায় আছে কিনা এটা বুঝবো কিভাবে? এটা ছোট থেকে বড় আছে, এটা ছোট থেকে বড় নাই, সেটা বোঝার জন্য আমরা এই ফর্মুলাটা ইউজ করতে পারি। এন্ড দিয়ে এইটা থেকে এটা বড় এবং এটা থেকে এটা বড়, so that will be true. So that is x1 greater than y1, x1 পরেরটা যদি একটা ডুপ্লিকেট ভ্যালু, অর্থাৎ এই তিনটা সেলে ডুপ্লিকেট ভ্যালু আছে কিনা কিভাবে বুঝবো ফলস অর ট্রু, সেটা দেখার জন্য আমাদের সব যদি সমান হয়, যে কোনো একটা লজিক্যাল সমান হলেই হয়ে যাবে। সো এটা সমান এটা, অথবা এটা সমান এটা, অথবা এটা সমান এটা, যে কোনো একটা লজিক্যাল হয়ে গেলেই হবে। আমরা প্রথমটাতে দেখতেছি ও সমান পি না, সেকেন্ডটাতে দেখতেছি পি সমান কিউ না, কিউ সমান ও সেটাও না, সো ফলস, একটাও মিলে নেই। এটাতে প্রথমটাই মিলছে, 3 সমান 3, দ্যাট মিনস Q7 O77 সমান P77. So that means the answer will be 100%.